Hi everybody. So today we're going to take a look at how to create presentations in Google Drive. So in order to get to Google Drive, open up a browser. I'm going to use Chrome. Okay, sign in if you're not signed in already. And I'm going to go ahead and sign in. Not with that password. Okay, so this is how you'll know if you're signed in or not. Remember, there are a couple of ways you can get to your Google Drive. You can click your app squares over here and go right down to Drive, or you can come over here and type in drive.google.com and click to go in there. Once you're in your Drive, you go to Create, and you can create a presentation. Presentation is what we're looking at today. So this presentation has a lot of different tools you can use. You can first choose a theme if you want. Let's see, we're pretty friendly. We'll choose friendly. Okay, and the theme will go in, and there, you can make up your own theme for sure. Click to add a title. So we're going to say Transparency Project. All right, and then subtitle, Join the project. All right, so you can see how easy it is to just jump right in there and edit. You can give the presentation a name. Okay, call it Transparency Sample Slides. All right, now you have one slide here. You can also add slides very easily with this add button right over here. Okay, so that's really convenient. Just click it and you add another slide on, and then well, let's get this. There we go. You have it right here. So click to add a title for teachers, and then you can go ahead and edit right down here. What can it do for you? Right? And you can use these as talking points. This is just like you would do for any PowerPoint or any other slide program or presentation program that you would use. It's a really, really quick way to help you put a presentation together. Now, once you've chosen the theme, let's say you decide you don't like it or something, you come over here, just pick a different one. All right. So friendly wasn't really going to work for you. Maybe you decide you want the inspiration board instead. Click it. There you go. Okay. Transparency project. See, it reformats it for you to fit the new theme, which is really great. Very convenient. Let's say you want another text box in there. You've got this great menu across the top that you can use. You just just click on text box, and then you can put a new one right in there. And you can, there you go ahead and type. But if you're typing in black, you probably don't want to type on a black background. So you can highlight that, and then you can change the color of what you're typing. Maybe if we change it to yellow, that'll turn up a little better. We're waiting. Oops. We're waiting for you. Okay, and you can center this. Lots of stuff you can do to it. This menu over here is just like your word processing menu that you would use. It's very convenient. You can make the text bigger, just like you would. Maybe you think, oh, that's too big, and I don't want 30 or 36, I want 34. You just type 34 in on the keyboard, and there you go. Makes it a lot better for you. Bring it, just drag it up, and these boxes, you can turn them. You should be able to turn them, maybe not. Yeah, okay. But you can center it anyhow, you can put it anywhere you want, so that's very convenient. You can pick a fill color for the background fill. Right now, we've chosen a theme, so it's got a custom fill to it. But let's just say we decided to go without a theme. In order to get back to that menu, you have to click back on the background here. See, if you're on the text, you're going to have the text editing menu up here, which is the same as you'd get with the word processor. But if you just click on the background, then you can change your theme, let's say back to just simple. If if you go back to a simple theme, then format comes out a little bit funny, so you have to come down here and do that. But you can pick your own background. Right now the background's white, but let's say we decided we wanted it red, so we could pick the background red. That's at the text box. But you should be able to get the background of the whole presentation. Say we want to make that red, and there you go. So you can pick any color you want. As far as layout, look, it gives you these different choices, which, as you can imagine, for a presentation is quite convenient because you may be, you have your title here. You may have the heading of something that you're going to talk about, and then the body of what you're going to talk about. You might be comparing two things or making two lists. You might just have a title, okay, or maybe this is a picture with just a caption, or maybe something blank. Maybe you're going to just throw an image or something in there. But it's a good way to do it, for sure. And there are, there's other things on here too. You can insert images, so you click on that. You can either just drag an image. You can even take a snapshot, which is really great. They keep improving this program, so and you got to make sure your camera's set up to work for that. But you can add it from a web page. You can add it from your own albums, from your Google Drive. So if you have images in your Google Drive, you can just connect them right here to this presentation, and that's a really convenient way to do it. So you can add the image. You can add shapes. So maybe you want an arrow in there. Let's say this arrow here. Okay, you want it just pointing. Transparency project. This way. Okay, and we'll just flip it around, move it over. You can change the color of the arrow if you want to. Should be able to do that. So we changed the line to red, the fill to yellow, and join the project. So that's a pretty neat. But there's a lot of different shapes. So if you look, there's all these different shapes. There's callouts, which are pretty cool. You can use these in other Google programs too, but they're pretty neat for making presentations and things. I think they brighten things up a little bit, and they can also help emphasize points. You can just draw lines if you have lines that you need to draw. There's all these different lines. You can even do a scribble, which is kind of neat. Just a scribble line. And that's just drawing, literally drawing on your page. So you can just scribble all over it if you wanted to. Alright, you probably don't want to do that, so after you can just hit delete. And any of those things, if you want to delete them, just make sure you're clicked on your arrow here, and then you click on the thing, and then you just hit the delete key on your keyboard, and you can just get rid of it. So if you accidentally scribbled all over your presentation, you can pretty much delete anything that you do. So, but there's other lines you can do as well, and then you can connect lines to make closed shapes. So that's also convenient, and then the Google will know that that's a closed shape that you wanted to make. So that's pretty neat. And the way that you do that is, see, you have all these choices here. You just select polyline. It's kind of like polygon, and it makes a polygon after you're done connecting it. So that's very, very, very nice. And then you can, just like you would with other presentations, let's say you want to make a transition from between slides, you can apply different transitions throughout your presentation if you want to. Maybe you want it to fade when it goes, fade at I don't know, say a medium speed. You can apply it to all slides, or you can apply it just to these two slides. For now, we'll just apply it to all. There's only two. But you can also, you can select the ones you want. So then if we play it, it'll show us how it's going to look. Okay, it fades in, and then it just plays it like that. So it's a neat way to bring a little bit of life into your presentations. And then you've also got this whole menu across the top here, which allows you to do most of the things you would do in other Google with other Google menus as well. You can see the revision history. So let's say you're working on this with somebody, you're not sure who revised it or what the last revision was, or maybe you had a revision that you liked a few days back and you want to go back to it. You can go into this revision history here, which, if you've been working on it for days, it's going to be a lot longer. You can even click to show more detailed revisions, and it'll show you pretty much everything that you've been working on that's been in there. And it's really convenient because you can go, you haven't actually lost anything. And just like other Google programs that we've talked about so far, all changes are saved in Drive automatically. So the second you do something to it, the changes are just automatically saved. So it's really, really convenient because, if you type something, say I take out project, here you go, it's saving right there. And then you can just leave it just like that. So that really is, convenient. You can go on to the next slide if you want, make some other changes and edits. But that's one great thing. You can you can rename it if you want to, but you can do that in the file menu down here, but it's easier just to come up here and do it. And then let's see, there's different views. You can have a presenter view and the master view. You can have different ways it fits into the screen. So you can play around with all these things and see how it works. There's all these different things you can insert into a presentation. You can even insert word art. So how the letters and words look. I'd encourage you to play around with that a little bit. You can create a new slide from here. You can also do this from here. You can duplicate a slide. So let's say you wanted to use this red slide that you created. Maybe you wanted to use 3 or 4 of them as a background. You could duplicate it, and then you could type the different things on it that you needed. You could delete a slide, change the background, apply a layout to a slide, change a theme, change a transition. You can do a lot of editing on there. This is the formatting for your text, okay? How you arrange it. It has the tools just like the word processing does with the spelling, and some dictionary tools here. You can insert a table, all right, just like you would in any other document. And then if you're not sure how to find something, you can click the help button. So all that works really well. Now, then there's also this presenting menu here. You can present from the beginning. You can present with speaker notes. Now, if you notice, there's a place down here to add notes. So you can add notes for what you want to say and what you want to talk about, which is also, quite convenient. And then if you, come over here, you want to share it. So right now it's just private to you, but if you get a shareable link, then you just open it right up. And in this case, you turn the sharing on so anyone with the link can view it. Now maybe you want you want to keep that shareable link off, okay, and you just want to invite certain people to join you maybe you have 1 co-presenter or 2 co-presenters on something, and you guys want to work on something together. So you add their names and email addresses, have it set up so everyone can edit. Or maybe you're just looking for a couple of people to give you comments or feedback, so just change that to can comment on it. It's really whatever you want to do. If other people can edit it, of course they can change it, which could be good or bad. But the plus to that is you can always go ahead and recover any previous revisions that you've had, because Google auto saves and it archives all of these revisions. So you can go ahead and print it out if you want to. But there's a lot of different things that you can do with this Google presentation, and I would encourage you to get in and explore that. There are definitely a lot of good implications for the classroom. If you're making presentations or even having students make presentations, it's a great way to share learning, and you can have fun with it. So this is and so then one more thing, when you close it out, it appears right here. Even if you don't close it out, but it appears right here in your drive, so it's really easy to get back to and really easy to find. So this is all about learning how to create presentations in Google Drive.